Hello everyone, welcome back to, this thing that we're doing. So we're still in the arcade games apparently, so we're going to be reading Battlezone and Defender. Now, I will be talking about a lot about Defender because I have a hate relationship with Defender and explain that when we get there. But we're going to first read about Battlezone, which I've rarely played. I played it like maybe once or twice, but I have played the game though, so it was made in 1980. We're in the 80s now, so it's a shoot 'em up arcade game by Atari. Back in the early 80s, Atari was pretty much everywhere until Nintendo came out with Mario Bros, which we're probably going to be reading about them as well. So let's do this. Man, I am very fucking tired. I'm recording this at 9 a.m. in the morning. And I'm not a morning person, so yeah. When it was first released, Black and Dark Mist of Time, known as 1980 Battlezone, sharp three-dimensional graphics, bullshit my fucking ass, were so astonishing and unprecedented that people who played the game started going a little bit crazy. Some of them made up impossible stories about the things they achieved. Yeah, so they're lying out their asses apparently. Within the tank fighters world, okay, such as driving up the side of the eruptive volcano that lurked eternally on the game's horizon and dropping inside to explore the mysterious caldera. I think that's what it is. Even if you weren't in an out and out fantasy designer, Ed Ratbergs. Is that what his name is? Ratbergs. Who comes to? Why would you name your name? Well, it's his last name technically. So I'm thinking Japanese because Japanese does the exact opposite. Because if you must know, Japan has a fucking culture where they say their last name, and if you're very close to the person, you say their first name. So yeah, action games still had a lot of pleasures waiting in stores for you. Its three-dimensional arena filled with rampaging wire-frame tanks was built from the smooth, unbroken lines of vector display units. That means that even today, the game has a clean, futuristic vibe that had barely aged. How the fuck do I know some of these words? My brain does not work like this. I've never played I played Battlezone like once or twice, but I don't very remember it. I remember it because of the fact that there was a time when I did play it once, and I do remember that. While the action itself focusing on shooting at a fertility of enemies and threat gauge ranging from speedy super tanks, Nazi guided missiles to even the odd UFO. Managers to both twitchy and strategic in equal measure. Shooting things feel really good in such a stylish universe. Avoiding getting shot, yeah, it's something I don't know how to do in a video game. Ren, moving out of harm's way at the last possible moment remains one of the great pleasures of the golden age of arcades. Yes, because we're still in the golden age of arcades. Nowadays, arcade machines are pretty much dead at this point, unless you go to a fucking bowling alley or like a roller skating rink. But pretty much, no one plays arcade games anymore. Such unless you're a dedicated arcade fan. Such was the game's overwhelming success that Robert Rotberg. Oh, it's Rotberg, not Ratberg. I apologize for for butchering your name. You can kick my ass later. So yeah. Receive unrequited attention from an unexpected source. The U.S. military asked him to build a bespoke version of the his classic game with more realistic physics as a tool for training army personal. Wow, I did not know that. So he made the battle zone to make sure that the army can play the game, so they can get an emulation of what the hell they do with a tank. That's pretty cool. Despite such ambitious offshoots, it's the entirely harmless original that earns the developer a place in the history books and gave gamers everywhere one of their first genuine raw dropping graphic experiences. I can't wait to get to the 1990s because at least I can play some music back in the day. Oh yeah, also I'm watching Brady Scratch Com's highlights just to go to sleep. By the way, so next up is Defender. Now Defender was made in 1980. I played Defender not because of reasons. I never liked Defender. I thought the game was fucking stupid. And the only reason why I played Defender is because my dad was obsessed with it, and it pissed me the fuck off. I hated playing Defender. It was the fucking worst. So, yeah, Defender could go suck a dick, like Donkey Kong. But let's read about it and why I don't like him. So, developer was Williams, platform arcade, of course. It was an arcade game. Like Donkey Kong, another arcade game that would change the industry formative landscape. Initial reports on Defender Eugene Jarvis, space side space side space side scroller suggested it was simply catch on with backwards and forwards. Yeah, you could go instead of going forwards, you could go backwards and do that way. It's like you could go either way at the start of the fucking map, but I never liked it. Movement, fire, smart bombs, and the hyperspace. Oh, I remember the hyperspace. Pretty much, if you kill your people, if you see those people right there, the thing that my mouse is on, that's people. Aliens can kill them. If you save them, you get more points. But if you kill them, you can go into hyperspace. Kill enough of them, I believe. So where were we? Hyperspace. There were too many buttons. The enemies came at you in awkward strains of death, and the whole thing had no recognizable top to or bottom. Play Defender like Space Invaders, as many players initially would, and you will be blown up from behind when an enemy you could even see wobbled out from behind the screen. I like to say that the train's coming, so I do apologize if you guys can hear that, but probably not. Defender was, however, a Marvel Jarvis who had grown up wanting to make a pinball machine rather than arcade games. Oh, pinball. We haven't done pinball games. Hopefully, they make a book about pinball. Had understood that the player of tomorrow wanted something more than just predictable enemies to memorize and destroy by rate. They wanted ever-changing action, tricky foes, and explosive options. So pretty much, I think Defender is pretty much the first game that actually had the AI, the computer AI to make it unpredictable and what the fuck it's gonna do. It randomizes it. Just like when it comes to Left 4 Dead, exactly. The same way when it comes to zombies. Like every time you go to a new area, there might be 100 zombies. But there's sometimes when you go back to the same area, there might be zero zombies. It depends on how much your health is going down. They wanted something to protect. the tiny spaceman in this case, as well as something to destroy. They wanted glowing spectacles as their enemies erupt into sprays of pixels, while they wanted in particular levels of control that Jarvis games would offer. It came at a price, of course. Defender is hilariously difficult at first. Yes, it is. I keep fucking dying. With fledgling pilots careering a mutant alien, hyperspacing the path of a bullet, or surviving long enough to lose all the spacemen and up sucked into the terrifying void. Oh, that's what it's called. Okay, so you can go fast. I think that's what it means. But if all your humans die, you go into this black void where it's fucking. It's like a bonus round or something like that, but it's kind of fucked up. The result was a game that saw the future more clearly than most of the peers. Memory and reputations were never going to be enough to keep arcades busy long. Sooner or later, players would want something devious enough to really make them sweat. So, I have a hate relationship with Defender. I played the hell out of it, but I never liked the fucking game. It was fucking boring as shit. I never liked it, and it's just, ugh. I hated fucking Defender. Not because I was bad at it, I was actually kind of decent at it, but I still fucking died a lot of times. I just never liked the game to begin with. Like, I played it on the PlayStation 2, because we had that fucking. Because back in the day when PlayStation, the original Xbox, and sometimes even the GameCube, they had these fucking games where they pack a bunch of fucking they pack a fucking bunch of arcade games in the one game, and you get to play it that way. So that's the main gist of that. So Defender is really good. But even though I have a hate relationship with Defender, I still recommend you playing it. I mean, it's still a great game. I mean, I just never liked it because all I did was play it every 5 times when we played the fucking game. Drove me fucking nuts! But Battlezone, played it once or twice. I don't even remember playing it, to be honest with you. So what's the next thing? Oh, we got 4! And the 4 ones, the only ones that I played is Missile Command. Fuck! So 3 of the 4. So I've never played this one. I've played Missile Command a lot. I've never played Rogue, and I've never played Tempest. So once we get into Mario, Super Mario Brothers, then we're gonna be getting into games that I know. I never played any of these early 80 games. But I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Take care and always stay positive.